back at you again with another one. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. Today's topic, what I want to deal with is, are African Americans being oppressed by white supremacy? Far too often, even on social media, a lot of commentators, they like to make content where they continually instruct Black Americans that there is a shadow enemy that is oppressing them. And I did a couple of videos today kind of addressing the issue, because what I want to find out is, are Blacks in America really being oppressed by white supremacy? Now, my personal opinion is nobody's oppressing me, right? I'm pretty much in control of my own life. Now, of course, there are pockets of people in this world that are racist and so on and so forth, but I don't live my life focused on, white supremacy and who's trying to oppress me. That's a miserable existence, if you ask me. I mean, imagine waking up every morning and you just feel inferior every morning. It's like, I'm just waking up every morning, the white man is trying to get me, and the man is oppressing me. That's a miserable existence. And I find that a lot of African Americans, and I say African Americans because that's what society calls so-called Black people, which is not even a nationality when you think about it. African American, it makes no sense. But let's just get back to the topic. White supremacy is a topic a lot of Black commentators speak about on YouTube. And I feel personally that it's a grift. I feel that commentators that speak on these topics are really just trying to make a dollar. I think that they know that a lot of African Americans feel a sense of insecurities. They feel like they're at the bottom. Why is it that Blacks in America feel that they're at the bottom? Like, who gave us that mindset? Because I live around whites, Blacks, and I don't feel that white people are better than me. Neither do I think I'm better than them. I just kind of live my own life. And I'm trying to figure out for the life of me what is really going on in society where, in the Black community, it's like they're looking for somebody to blame for why they feel the way they feel. Not all, but for the most part, in social media spaces, this is normally where I see this phenomenon. It's like you can't get away from it. They come on social media and they talk about the white man is oppressing us, and I'm trying to figure out where's he at? He ain't oppressing me. I do what I want to do. I'm not on a plantation, but I feel that these new age civil rights leaders, and I'm not saying there's something wrong with civil rights leaders, even though, in my opinion, once again, I feel that they're just focusing on making money, at the end of the day. Just like the pastors, all these preachers in these churches, they talk about God and Jesus. They don't care about God. They care about money. I mean, let's just keep it what it is. I mean, think about this. If you take money out of the equation, do you think these pastors would be preaching in church? Of course not. It's all about money. See, once you take away the money, you find out where everybody at. You know what I mean? Think about this. When you go to your job, you don't go to your job because you want to be there. You go there because you want to make money, right? You don't want to be friends with nobody. You don't care about these co-workers. You don't care about none of these people. You don't even like them. You're just trying to get your check because you got bills to pay. So when you think about that and you think about social media, I'm trying to figure out, why is it that Black commentators aren't uplifting Black people so they can think positive about themselves? It's like every time they speak, they always focus on slavery. They always focus on us being oppressed. And I'm like, damn, we're in 2026 and they still want us to think like slaves. I don't get it. I don't think like that. I don't think like a slave. I'm a man. I can do what I want to do. I don't feel inferior when I'm around white folk. I'm extremely talented. If anything, when people get near me, they get intimidated because they're like, damn, This guy knows a lot. This guy is smart. This guy is able to do all sorts of different things. And it's amazing that in 2026, most blacks on social media feel that there is such a thing as white supremacy that is holding them back. So I want to ask the question to the viewers out there, because I'm pretty sure we got a mixed group of people. We got whites, blacks, Asians, all sorts of people probably just chiming in the show. As a so-called black man, black woman, are you currently being oppressed in America right now? And I want you to be factual. I want you to really be honest. Are there groups or pockets of people that are currently oppressing you right now, keeping you at the bottom? Is that happening right now? Because that's not happening to me. I mean, we keep ourselves at the bottom. Think about this. If you don't go to work, you don't get paid, right? So it's not the man keeping you back, because look, we all got to pay taxes, right? So taxes don't discriminate. When you get your paycheck, them taxes go out, right? When your rent is due, rent don't discriminate. Rent is rent. Mortgage is mortgage. That bank want their money. That car note that you got to pay for that nice car that you got, that everybody see, you know, you look successful, but you got to pay that car note. You know, that wonderful car note. Don't we just love our wonderful car note? Comes in every month. It pays us a visit every month, right on time too. You know, and no matter how good you look, that car note is always there. It don't discriminate. White people get it, black people get it, everybody get it. So who is oppressing who? This is a gimmick. It really is. Listen, all right, let's switch gears. In the black community, right? And I'm pretty sure this might be shocking to some people, but in a predominantly black community, there are gangs. These gangs, their goal is not to uplift the community. It's to kill one another. So my thing is, who is really oppressing who? Let's just say you have the Crips, you have the Bloods, you got blacks in each gang. They're killing one another. It's not the white man. The white man is not doing it. So I'm trying to figure this out. Why is it that the pro-blacks, the FBAs, the Black Hebrew Israelites, the Christians, the black pastors, why they don't address these issues in church every Sunday? How come your local pastor never talk about black on black crime? He never talk about the gun shootings. You know, just the other day, you had 3 black boys, ages 12 to 15, sexually assaulted a 12-year-old girl. How come the pastors don't address those issues? They're always telling you to give them money. They never address the real issues. They're always telling you, if you don't know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, you need to come down. Man, I don't want to hear that. A child just got violated. Could you talk about that, pastor? You telling me I need Jesus? That girl need help, and she's traumatized, and her future is destroyed. They took her innocence away. You telling me about Jesus? We got black on black crime. We got gun shootings, stabbings, no fathers in the home. Who's oppressing who? When a black man get with a black woman and they have a baby, and the black man decides he don't want to be a father and he leaves, he's oppressing his child. When a black woman get with a black man that don't got no job, no formal education, he ain't doing nothing with his life, just living off of her, eating her cereal, and she have a baby with him, she made a choice to bring a child in a world that is filled with delusions and dysfunctions. And then she complained that her baby daddy ain't ish. Well, when you met him, he wasn't ish. So why are you complaining now? See, what I'm seeing is self-sabotage. The Black community, for the most part, don't want to hold themselves accountable for oppressing themselves. It's like, if I speak on these matters now, I'm being very vocal about these issues. They'll call me a Sambo. They'll say you're a coon. They'll say you're trying to please white people. I don't have no white friends. I'm not trying to have white friends. I don't have no black friends. I don't want no black friends. I strictly stay to myself. Because why? There's too much hate in the world. Everybody's evil. Everybody's sick mentally. A lot of people are crashing out. People don't have no love no more. The world is not the same no more. So I just decided to just be by myself. It's better that way. I don't got nobody to blame but me. That's my choice. See, as long as I stay away from toxic people, I stay away from toxicity. I stay away from the drama. So I can't complain, because why? I'm not around the mess. So when you think about the Black community, who are leading the community? Who's leading? Why we don't see pastors in the streets preaching? They always in a building collecting money. You don't see them in the street. Wasn't Jesus in the streets? Jesus was not in a building somewhere. He was in the streets. You know why these pastors are in buildings and not in the street? Because you can't collect money in the street. You can't hypnotize people with that church music. Church is big business. God is not even at church, guys. Like, seriously, God is not there. That's the house of the devil. I know it's offending you because you were raised in Christianity and you believe with wholeheartedly that God is in these churches. No, he's not. If God was in these churches, he would have got rid of the pastor a long time ago. Because the pastor is robbing the people, he's lying and manipulating the church. So now we got white supremacy, where most blacks on social media are continually blaming white Americans for the past. Well, our people, we suffered during slavery, and I'm not making light of it. It happened. It is what it is. But it's 2026. Shouldn't we be moving on and, being better? I'm trying to figure this out. And then they got Dr. Umar Johnson, another criminal, another charlatan. This man been telling blacks for forever that he's building a school. Some Marcus Garvey, whatever. It's all a scam. It's a lie. He been lining his pockets up the whole time for years. And black folk keep giving them all their money. All of these leaders, all of these charlatans, they just been taking advantage of black people for years. And when I speak about it, I get hated by black Americans. They hate me, and I'm a black man, so-called black man. I don't even like that term black, because I'm not black. Do I look black to you? No. But that's the title they throw on themselves, black. So everybody is crying about slavery, even though none of us been on a plantation before. Then you got different sets and groups claiming that they want reparations. Reparations for what? You were never enslaved. You were born a free man. You were never on a plantation. So I'm trying to figure out, for the life of me, why is it that most blacks have this mindset of wanting reparations? They feel they deserve that. But they were never on a plantation. Never picking cotton. No. If you are one that came from that world where you experience these things, then yes, under those circumstances, yeah, I would agree that you should get reparations. But most of us in today's time, we were never on a plantation. We've been free. we're able to compete in the world. We're able to go to colleges. We're able to get jobs and careers, and nobody can stop you from getting these things. So I'm trying to figure out who is oppressing Black people, because I want to know who they are. That way I could talk about them, you know? If you're new to the channel, consider double tapping the screen and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like my commentary. If you think it sucks, then hey, it is what it is. Maybe I'll catch you on another time. Maybe my content will be better. You know, I'm trying to improve, trying to be a better content creator. But yeah, white supremacy. Is this a cliche thing that commentators use to make us get angry with white people? Am I saying racists don't exist? Of course there are racists in the world, but there are racists in all ethnic groups. Blacks can be racist, whites could be racist, Asians could be racist. Then you got self-hate racists, where you have a Black person who's racist towards his own people. For some reason, Blacks think that all white people get along. No, they don't. You have a lot of white folk that don't even like each other. They can't stand each other. Hey, Billy, I can't stand Tommy. Hey, Tommy, why your dog is always on my yard? I cannot take this anymore. And they always fighting all day. You got rednecks, they fighting with the other white guy down the street. You got some Texans, they mad at that other guy because his cow went on his yard and pooped. There's all sorts of crazy stuff that's going on. White folk are not just like together 100%. They argue and fight with each other all the time. I see it all the time. I've seen white guys pull guns on one another in North Carolina. I've seen them pull guns, real ones. And they were cussing each other out. I tell you what, I don't understand why you're talking to me like that. That's just not my way. And I'm like, because I never seen stuff like that before. Because I'm originally from New York, and Brooklyn, New York, to be quite frank. And I moved out to North Carolina because I wanted some peace and quiet. You know what I mean? I'm actually 48 years young. 48 years of age. And I think what kept me safe is trying to avoid stress. You know what I'm saying? Because New York is pretty fast paced. Like, you got to be really tough to be in New York. If you don't got thick skin, if you don't know how to keep your eyes and your ears open, it's not going to work for you. Right now, out in North Carolina, it's a little more laid back, a little more quiet. It's not that serious. It's more calm compared to New York, more quiet. But I've experienced a lot of different things in North Carolina that let me learn more about different cultures of people, and I've learned that white people fight each other too. Just like in the Black community, you have black on black crime. In the white community, you got whites fighting whites. Just that you don't see it. You don't get to see it. So nobody talks about it. I see white guys literally arguing with their neighbors, getting out their cars with baseball bats. And I'm like, wow, a white on white crime. Wow, this is amazing. Because you never seen that stuff like that growing up in the Black community. So it's amazing that most Blacks feel that they're being oppressed. I don't know why. Why would you feel that way? You all have opportunity in America to be successful. Every last one of you, whether you're white, Black, Asians, everybody have an opportunity to be successful in America. I like all people. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're a racist and you don't like Blacks, I like you still, because I'm cut from a different type of cloth. As long as you don't try to violate my children or disrespect and do all of that other goofy stuff, I don't have no problem with you. I'm different. I just like to be me, experience this world for what it is, and learn from different cultures. I was never that type of person that was very hateful towards other people because of their race or their ethnicity or whatever the case is. I've always tried to learn about different cultures because it makes me a better human being. Now, I'm not perfect, I'm not perfect. I had many conversations that one could say probably is negative towards different groups, and I could admit that. At the same time, I know they had conversations about me that is negative. But for the most part, as you grow and as you mature, you begin to look within and correct the errors that you have done towards others. I try to treat everybody like how I want to be treated, if that makes sense. And I think that it has helped me to be a better person in how I conduct with other groups of people. Because again, we're not all the same, right? We're not the same. We live differently, we think differently, we have different beliefs, whether you're Christian, Muslim, whatever your faith is in God or whatever the case is. I've learned to respect people for what they do and what they believe. And I don't believe in just being disrespectful to people for no reason. I think that's just foolishness. And that's why as a society we have so many problems because we don't know how to respect other people. We're never gonna agree 100%. But what we can agree on is that we all want to be peaceful. We all want respect, and I don't like thieves. So I'm sure you don't want nobody robbing your personal belongings. So if we can all have these common human traits, I think we'll be okay. I think we will be okay. Um, and not there's not a lot of people that think like me. So when I talk about these topics, do you know I get hated by black people more than ever? And I'm a black man. They don't like when I talk about these issues. For some reason, they get really upset with me. They say you're a sellout. And I'm like, what does that mean, a sellout? Because I ain't sell nothing yet. I'm trying to figure out, you're a sellout. Sellout to who? Oh, you're trying to please white people. Or here's the wonderful one. His woman must be white. No. I have a black wife and I have 4 daughters. So, wrong. Wrong. You know what I mean? So, I don't know why I'm hated by my own people. Like, I don't know. If you're a white man or a white woman that's viewing, do you get hated by your own people? I'm sure you do. I'm sure Gary get hated on by Billy all the time. You know? I know it's not peaches and cream every day. You know what I mean? I know it's not. But for the most part, in every group, there's always a hater. There's always somebody that don't like you. And that's a part of life. You know, I feel that when you got people that hate you for no reason, you must be on the right track. There got to be something good that you're doing because they're trying to derail you from reaching your goals. You know, I believe that's what's happening. Let me see. Let me see where we at. Uh, you said probably what? Because you're dismissing their experience. Here's the thing. Why would you care? How could I dismiss your experience? I can't control what's going on in your world. You feel the way you feel because you're insecure. It has nothing to do with me. People are insecure. We live in a society where people are extremely sensitive. They don't know how to take criticism. They will attack you if you don't agree with them. And they don't know how to agree to disagree. I haven't dismissed anybody's experience. I don't really care about what your experience is. All I can focus on is mine. See, when I get up in the morning, I got my own problems. I got bills to pay. I got a family to take care of. I got my own issues. My own issues. I don't got time to worry about your issues. I got enough on my plate. If I worry about your issues or what you think, what that person think, I'm gonna never get through my day. I'm gonna never get anything done because I'm worrying about you. You're not worried about me, right? You don't care about my problems. You really don't. So how could I dismiss somebody else's experience? Most people lie about their experience. No black American in today's day is being oppressed by white people. That's a lie. That's a crutch. That is playing the victim. It's 2026 and blacks are still talking about being oppressed. How? How are you being oppressed? What plantation you on? Is there, all right, I want somebody to answer this question. If you're black, could you please tell us which plantation you are on right now? I want to know so I could go meet Master and ask him to let you go and let him know it's 2026 You're not supposed to have these slaves. Because I'm trying to figure this out. And here's another one. This is a wonderful one, guys. This one is going to make you laugh. Have you ever been on social media and you hear black commentators talk about sundown towns? Get them down in the sundown town. Telling you that, if you're black, you don't want to go through that sundown town. You know, Billy and Bubba, they're going to get you and put you in that hillbilly truck and take you out back, put you on a tree. Hey, Billy, hey, saddle up that truck now. Yeah, I see these black guys coming into our town. I don't like them. You know what I mean? Saddle up that truck and get on down here right now. Yeah, call Pa and Jim Bob and Mama. I want all of them come down here. Yeah, I saw that black guy. He came in our town in a pickup truck. He ain't gonna leave. He came to it. Hey, do you know you're in the sundown town? I reckon you are in the sundown town, and you better get on now. Get on now, get on. They love to tell you about these sundown towns, but they could never give you the location. I'm still trying to figure out where they at. Sundown town, in the sundown town. Where they at? And every time they make videos, they always say a black man was being hanged in a sundown town. Thing is, why he's in the sundown town? Where are these sundown towns? And if these are sundown towns that hate blacks and they do evil things, why do these towns exist in 2026? They make this stuff up, guys. Like when you see videos like this, it's always one black commentator. He's always on YouTube. He's like, you know, brothers and sisters, he was a trucker. And they threw him up on a tree. He had to go get gas. But he parked in a sundown town. Keep telling you about these white folk. They don't like us. It's all about this white supremacy. Poor brother. These sundown towns. You guys better be careful about these sundown towns. You ever see videos like that? It's a lie. They do that for content. It's entertaining to people that believe that garbage. Right? What about a black downtown? Do they got those towns too? Come downtown to the black downtown. Because, you know, when white folk go to a black downtown, nothing happened to white folk. In the ghetto, at the projects, in the most violent, drug-infested community, white folk can walk through and nothing happened to them. Nothing. When I was in the hood, in the projects, because I lived in the projects, you know, the PJs? Yeah, I lived in the projects. I used to see white folk walk through the projects. Sally. Yes? I was just wondering. We're going to go to Central Park. Yeah, we're going to have brunch and we're going to have dinner later with Gary and Martha. Okay. And they just walk right through the ghetto. Nobody bothered them. Nobody robbed them. Nothing. But now if you black and you walk through the projects, hey yo, who that? Hey yo, my man. Yo, where you from, bro? You live out here, dog? Yo, what set you from? What? Hey yo, bro, you're not supposed to be wearing blue, dog. You're supposed to have red. They don't say this to white people. So who's oppressing who? Is it white supremacy or is it black supremacy? I'm trying to figure this out, man. You said, why does hate exist in 2026? How can one not see it? I think the reason why hate exists is because people hate themselves. That's the only logical explanation for this, because let's just think about this, guys. If you got everything going on in your life that is good, everything is good bill of health, you're making money, family is good, you got everything popping, you don't got no time to be hating nobody. So I think people hate because they don't love themselves. It's that simple. They don't love themselves. So they don't see their life as having any value. So consequently, they try to destroy your energy or they try to harvest your energy to destroy you from reaching your goals. That's why you got to watch who you keep company with. A lot of people have evil spirits on them. A lot of people just evil, you know? Got to watch out with energy vampires, destiny swapping people who they want to come into your life and disturb your peace. You got to get rid of those kind of people. You know, I don't got time to be hating people. It's just a waste of energy. You know, absolute waste of energy. You know, I was born in 1977, right? The 80s were the best years. It was a different time. 80s music was the best. Early 90s, the best time in history. Dating was different. It was way better. You know, we didn't have the internet. We were able to meet people. You know, like today's day with the internet, I think what destroyed dating is that there's too much access. You could go on Instagram, see a beautiful woman. She's showing off her body. You could swipe, see another beautiful woman, swipe, another beautiful woman. You could slide in DMs. And when you slide into the DM, she's not even going to respond to you anyway because there's too many guys in her DMs. So nobody's really meeting people and talking to people face to face anymore like we did back in the day. You know, nobody's interacting with people. We're talking to computers now. And it's not a good thing. You know, you meet somebody, you texting them back and forth. I mean, it's okay. You read in text. It's different. It's today's time. I get it. But back in the day, it was something better than that, where you actually was face to face with the person, and you held hands, you went to the park, you talked. There was chemistry, there was a bonding process. You got to know people, and it was a beautiful thing. Today, it's just not working because there's too much access. Women have too much access to men who are throwing themselves at them. You know, women are competing with other women on social media for likes and views, and it's just got to the point where most men don't even approach women anymore. Like literally, most men do not approach women anymore. They just focus on going to their jobs, going home in their man cave, and just play video games and watch sports. And pretty much that's it. And if a woman find interest in them, then they'll talk to that particular woman. And then the women, they're in a position now where they've been told their whole life to go get a career, and they don't need a relationship. You don't need marriage. Like nobody's getting married anymore. Like that's like done. You know, marriage is dead. Dating is dead. People don't attend churches anymore. It's just one big mess. The whole world is upside down. And I think that in order for us to correct this wrong and get things back on track, I think we have to bring back what we did in the 80s and the 90s, because sooner or later, you guys are going to be dating androids. Like literally, a lot of you are going to be dating AI. They're going to have AI being sold on Amazon Prime, where you're going to literally order a woman that's going to appear at your door, look like a woman, but it's actually artificial intelligence. And that's what people are going to be doing in the near future because of loneliness. And a lot of you are experiencing that right now. I don't know who that's for, but sometimes when I do my streams, I tend to go down these rabbit holes, and we end up discovering some things that people are going through. So if you're that person that's feeling kind of lonely right now due to the dating game, and it's just feeling kind of dry right now, maybe that's for you. But I think that you need to get out more. I think that you need to be more intentional in terms of what you're looking for when it comes to dating, and stop putting high expectations on the wrong information when meeting people. I think that if you're a woman and you see a man that you find interesting and you would like to know him more, I think that you should go to that man and tell that man, hey, let me introduce myself. My name is so and so and so. I've seen you around a couple of times, and I find you to be an interesting guy, and I would like to know you better. And just be upfront with what you're looking for, and what's going on. And same thing if you're a man. I think that in today's time, people don't know how to socialize anymore. This is something that we did back in the day. We were very social. We hanged around people, so you weren't intimidated. You weren't scared. We were able to just interact with people. Our friends used to bet us. I bet you won't talk to her. I'd be like, you bet me? I'm going and talk to her right now. And we would go over there and talk to her. There was no internet, you know? We had only one way to do things. And women back then were very appreciative of compliments. Today, you can't even compliment a woman no more. She'll call the cops. A woman will call the cops if you tell her she's beautiful. She'll say you're harassing her. It's crazy now. And it's just something that we have to overcome. So when I look back at the topic, because I normally go different routes when I do my streams. If we could get back to white supremacy versus African Americans and are they being oppressed? Blacks are not being oppressed in America. I think for the most part, a lot of blacks like to play victim. And it feels good to play the victim. And I'm pretty sure a lot of white folk get tired of hearing that nonsense because I'm sure most whites understand the past. They understand history. They understand that what was done to black people in America. And there's nothing you could do about it. I mean, all you can do is treat people with respect. If there's anything you could do if you're a white man, white woman, just treat everybody with respect. Because I'm not going to sit here and act like all white people are perfect, nor am I going to say all black people are perfect. You have a lot of blacks that don't like white people. You have a lot of whites that don't like blacks. I don't know why it's like that. It's just a real sickness in this world. Because here's the thing. If I, God forbid, was in a car accident, I don't care what race you are. I would expect that you would help me if I'm burning in a car. You know what I mean? I would expect for somebody to break the windshield, get me out the car to safety. I'll be very appreciative if you did that. I'm not going to be like, oh, that's a white man, leave me in here, let me burn. I'm not going to do that. I'll be very appreciative because even when I was in New York, I was riding my bike across the Brooklyn Bridge. And, if you know anything about Brooklyn Bridge, it's always crowded with tourists. I was going down kind of fast. I knew I shouldn't have been doing that. And a Chinese guy or an Asian guy, for the most part, turned his camera like this. And he bumped my shoulder. And I flew over the handlebar, almost went over the bridge, and got bruised and battered pretty bad. When I lift up my eyes, I did not see black people. I did not see no black people helping me. What I did is I saw 3 black guys walking past and they was laughing, right? The people that was there trying to help me and render aid were 2 white women, a white guy, and I think an East Indian guy. And it was like, you okay? Want us to call an ambulance? You need help? They had bottled water for me. Somebody had some first aid kit. I don't know where that come from. And I was like, no, I'm okay. It is what it is. I was not okay. Number one, I was embarrassed. I was bleeding all over my arm. Was in a lot of pain, but I didn't want to go through all the hassle of whatever. But I was very appreciative that they stopped to render aid. And see, that to me is how it's supposed to be. People are just supposed to be human again. And for the most part, a lot of people in today's day, they don't care no more. So when I look at the black community and how they keep focusing on being oppressed by white people, I'm like, look, we got to grow from that poison. Nobody is oppressing us. We have equal opportunities like everyone else. You know, you can do whatever you want to do. Nobody's holding you back. We can compete with anybody else, you know? So why play victim? You know, we need to stop doing this. We need to stop playing the victim. Let's stop using white supremacy as a crutch and stop listening to content creators that keep talking that white supremacy stuff. They're poison. Look, guys, they only want to make money. It's a money grab. It's a grift. When those guys get off social media, they're laughing. They don't care about you. They care about making money. When you listen to my content, you're supposed to be able to feel my energy and understand that I'm not here trying to keep black people down. I'm trying to lift them up from thinking inferior to other groups of people. We have to stop doing that. I don't feel no way when I'm around other ethnic groups. I believe I'm extremely talented, extremely smart, and gifted in various other arts and crafts and creative things. I don't think necessarily that I'm better than everyone. I try to understand that in this world, we need each other in order to build and grow. I'm a film producer. I'm a music producer. Even though I have all of these talents, that's great. But it's something better when you can work with people. That is when things get done. That is how we're able to build skyscrapers, build the infrastructure. It takes unity in order to do these things. Each ethnic group have their good, their bad, their ugly. We all have strengths and weaknesses. So for blacks to continue to feel as if though they're at the bottom and they keep using white supremacy as a crutch in 2026, to me it is a sickness, a mental condition that is keeping them held back. Because everybody else is progressing, everyone else is being successful, everyone else is building wealth and doing so much more. But for the most part, in the black community, we cry about being oppressed, white people are being racist, all the stuff we talk about, but we never address the problems in the black community. Black on black crime, drugs, gangs, children being abused. We never talk about these issues to solve these problems. We never do. We just like to talk about white people all day. And I think it's dumb. I think it's really dumb. It's a waste of time. I don't have no energy to be focusing on what white people are doing. I don't have that kind of time. All I can focus on is how I can improve the black community, to tell them and teach them how to elevate themselves, because the white community know how to elevate themselves. They know how to communicate amongst their groups so that they can continue to win and grow and compete in the world. Whereas the black community keep blaming white people as if though white people are holding them back. Nobody's holding us back, guys. Like, nobody's holding us back. It's in your mind. You got to free yourself from that mental captivity, because it's like slavery still got you mentally. And I blame all of these politicians. I blame the Democrat Party. I blame these civil rights leaders that have been brainwashing black people into thinking like slaves all day. It's a sickness. I can't stand it. Think big. Stop thinking small. Stop thinking that you're at the bottom. You ever hear that saying? Black people always saying we're at the bottom, we're at the bottom. Why we keep saying we're at the bottom? You're not at the bottom. Why you do that to yourself? So, hey, I'm going to get out of here, guys. It is what it is. Appreciate you all stopping by. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up if you like the content. If you think my content is good, tell a friend, share the videos. It's really good. If you don't like my content and you think it sucks, come into the comment section and let me know, hey, Ringo, your content sucks, bro. It really do. You know what I mean? It's constructive criticism. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So I'm going to get up on out of here. Y'all have a blessed day wherever you are. Peace and blessings to all my truckers that are on the road. White, black, doesn't matter what you are. We need our truckers. We salute our truckers. They're out there on the hustle and bustle. They're the one that keep the economy going, keep the world running, keep things moving. Shout out to everybody on the 9 to 5 that watch my videos. I appreciate all of y'all. If you're driving on the road, drive safe. Stop the road rage. Stop speeding. Stop tailgating people. Wear your seatbelt, guys. Stop being on your phone while driving, please. So, that being said, I'm going to get up on out of here. Y'all take care. Have a blessed one. See you next time. Peace.